Hello, people. Tony here. Hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all staying safe from the coronavirus and stuff, and just hope you're doing okay and such, and we're here for you, no, you guys, no matter what. And just the best thing we all can do is just be safe and hope for a miracle that this will all blow over soon, and just keeping you all in my prayers that you're safe and just know everything will be okay. Welcome to the next episode of Burgers and Fries Game Talk with me, Tony. This will be on Podbean first, and then later on YouTube. And today I'm with a different co-host today. I'm just switching it up a little bit with the co-host here, just adding more variety here. Today, and I'm not with Ludo Nocturne, but today I'm here with an old friend of mine. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, this is Dr. Morbis. How you doing?
Hello, Dr. Morbis, and yes, this is the guy who requested me to review the Barbie games and look the Mary Kate Ashley games. That's the Sabrina the Teenage Witch game, and then now he's requested me that I review the Bratz dolls games in the future and stuff. So I'll respect your wishes and I'll review them for you. But just be warned, I'll have those Cheetah Men come after you like how they did in Cheetah Men 2. So be on the lookout for that, Dr. Morbis, because. I'll do this for you. I'll do this for you, and maybe review the PS2 Barbie games for you too. So just saying there too. I know you like to see me suffer and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. Even he says it too. But we have a lot to talk about here. So let's get started here. We're gonna talk about 5 topics here. First, we're gonna talk about the company Rare Entertainment, and now I'm sure all of you who grew up in the '90s with video games of the Super Nintendo 64 know what Rare or the company Rare Entertainment was and stuff. Like they made a lot of games for the Nintendo systems, like Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest, Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie's Double Trouble, and Donkey Kong 64. And they also made three of my favorite Nintendo 64 games, Jet Force Gemini, Perfect Dark, and GoldenEye 007, and they also made Star Fox Adventures as well. And those were great games there, but sadly the company Rare is not what it used to be. Ever since they went and favored Microsoft and stuff, the company just went downhill. I mean, I know I'm
Yeah,
also
because cause after they made Star Fox Adventures, Microsoft bought them out.
Yeah, I know, cause it's sad though what happened with their franchises like Conquer and Banjo Kazooie, and of course even Perfect Dark suffered in this well and stuff, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But Dr. Morris here, what do you got to say about Rare Entertainment here?
I missed it during the Rare glory days when every game they made was a surefire hit. Nowadays, it would be rare for them to make a good game.
Yeah, definitely, because I also remember Diddy Kong Racing too, which was like on Christmas Day and stuff, but Rare will always be, in my opinion, for making 3 of my favorite N64 games, like I mentioned, Jet Force Gemini, Perfect Dark, and GoldenEye, and you've played Jet Force Gemini before, haven't you, Doctor Morbis?
A little bit of it, but I haven't really gotten that far into it. I have it on the Rare Replay.
Yeah, I never had the Rare Replay. I don't own it in Xbox One and stuff like that. But I did own it for the N64, and that was the game I was obsessed with, especially because I was trying to unlock the female character Vela, because I like characters who could dive underwater and stuff like that and such, and you swim underwater, and I was trying whatever I could to unlock her, and I kept getting stuck. But then one day I just was able to get past the part I was stuck at, and and when I unlocked her, I was like, holy cow! Am I actually playing as Vela now? Like, holy shit! Like, is this real here? Because it's like winning a gold medal in karate and stuff. I took karate at the time and stuff. It's like, oh my god! I actually unlocked this character, and because you play as 3 different characters in the game. Juno, who's the male hero, he can walk on fire. Vela, the female hero, who can swim underwater. And then you got the dog Lupus, who can hover, and yeah, it was very, very unique in its own way, and stuff, and it was a very, very hard game. The point of the game is to rescue all these bear-like creatures called the tribals, who are being held captive and enslaved by the main antagonist called Mizar, and your goal is to defeat Mizar and reach Mizar's lair and stuff, and by rescuing the tribals and stuff, and the first half of the game is like you play as the character in their own levels and stuff, and then when you get to Mizar's Palace, you think you won, but no, it's not the case, and then you get upgraded armor, and you must go on a search to rescue all the tribals, and the game is very, very hard. Rescuing all the tribals, there's 282 tribals, and the game is very, very hard. Like, if you have to be sure you don't kill any of them, because if you kill just one stuff, you're starting at the level all over, and it's one of the hardest games I ever played, and I bet you nowadays if that game was released, people would rate it badly for being very hard and stuff.
And I also heard the final boss is fairly difficult.
I wouldn't know, 'cause I kind of gave up on it because I was just having a really hard time trying to get do the Floyd missions too, which to get gold medals to unlock certain spaceship items stuff. You need a spaceship that was of King Jeff's ancestor. King Jeff is someone who helps you along with Magus and Midge and Fishface and like this one other person who I forget, but it's like it's very hard. And I just like said fuck it, I gave up and stuff, and I don't know what happens after you beat the game. I don't know because I don't see there's no playthrough or anything like that. But I was able to see what happens thanks to YouTube, because back then we didn't have YouTube. We had to we had to rely on game guides and cheat codes that and such. There was no such thing as YouTube back then, so we had to rely on the guidebooks and stuff. And it was a very, very hard game, but I did enjoy it. And it's like I got far in it though to know that I guess I could say I accomplished it, definitely. I mean, I know Dr. Morbis here has not played much of it, so I know he can't really say anything about it. But have you played Perfect Dark or GoldenEye?
Yeah, I played both of them. Yes.
Yeah, which one did you like better?
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark as well. I loved Perfect Dark. It took me 6 years to beat that game because I did not know how to defeat the Skitter boss, and I ended up beating it a few days before my brother got an Xbox 360 for his birthday. So that's what happened. It was like, whoa, I finally beat the game, and I knew my brother was going to get an Xbox 360, and I knew one of the games we were going to get was Perfect Dark Zero, so it felt relieved, and I did love the game. But I'll admit right now the ending was a little bit disappointing. Like, I don't know if did you ever beat Perfect Dark, Dr. Morbis?
I might have.
Well, after you beat the Skitter boss and stuff, and it just shows that Joanna and the alien protector one, aka Elvis, talking, and they laugh and have a joke, and then the game ends and stuff. It would have been nice if they had like a celebration at the Carrington Institute and stuff, but unfortunately that wasn't the case at all. But that game was like I got the game for my birthday when I turned 12 years old. I didn't even have the game on my list. I just got it like that. But yeah, those of you who are looking to buy the game Perfect Dark, be warned, you need an expansion pack to play the game, because if you don't have the expansion pack, you can't access a lot of the features, which is kind of weird that you can't access a lot of the features. You can't even access the main campaign, and the game was pretty pricey when it first came out because we were nearing the end of the fifth generation of gaming when the PlayStation 2 was coming out and on its way, and one thing I did like about Perfect Dark, I'm sure y'all know if you knew about this, they got gold levels from the game GoldenEye in the multiplayer, like Facility, Felicity, Complex, and Temple and stuff. I don't know if you knew about that.
Yeah, I played both and I recognized some of the levels.
Yeah, because I don't know, somehow I just knew that those were the levels. I did take a little sneak through the guidebook and stuff. But Joanna Dark was cool, was a badass character and stuff, definitely. I know that's where they got the inspiration for the game, The Operative No One Lives Forever by Monolith and stuff, which was for the PlayStation 2 and the PC. So I know that's where they got that idea from. And I did play Perfect Dark on the Game Boy Color, and I didn't like it. It was really, really hard. I liked the graphics style. I liked that they were able to get voice setting in an 8-bit Game Boy cartridge, but still, it was just really, really, really hard. I don't know if you ever played the Game Boy Color version?
Game Boy Color version of Perfect Dark?
Yeah.
No. I've seen videos on YouTube. I never owned it.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you put the Game Boy, if you use the Game Boy, you know how Nintendo 64 had the little thing where you were able to put Game Boy Color games into the little slot with that little device that they had and stuff like that that accessory that they had. You had to put little Game Boy Color games in the slot and put it into the memory card slot of your controller.
No.
Well, they had this thing where It was used for games like Pokemon Stadium, where you could play the yellow version on Pokemon Stadium and stuff. If you put the Game Boy Color version of Perfect Dark in this slot of like this device, you could access some of the cheat codes, like all weapons and stuff like that and such. You couldn't have, and you were able to access the classic GoldenEye weapons that they had in there too, which was really cool. You couldn't access all the codes, but still, like, it was better than nothing. That's for sure. And that was pretty cool that they were able to do that because they did that for Mickey Speedway USA as well. But what were your thoughts on Perfect Dark? 'Cause we'll talk about Perfect Dark Zero when we talk about the bad parts of Rare.
I thought, Perfect Dark was a bit more refined version of GoldenEye.
Oh yeah, it was. Because like I know it was mainly supposed to be a test game with a female protagonist using the GoldenEye engine, but this test that they used ended up being successful. I mean, a lot of people didn't they thought it was just a carbon copy, but still, it had its own weapons. It had sure the music was similar and stuff like that, but it had that rare like music to it. Like you know how Rare Entertainment made that like orchestral like music and stuff like that in their.
Yeah,
That's when you know you're playing a good Rare Entertainment game. Is the music.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Perfect Dark was definitely awesome. I did play it at my neighbor's house, and then surprisingly, I got it for my birthday, and that was like surprisingly my favorite birthday gift I got.
The GoldenEye, that was a good game, but it hasn't really aged well.
I know. I mean, there's no way I'm actually surprised Rare did not release GoldenEye for the Rare replay, but I think it had something to do with the licensing issues.
I think because I don't think they had the rights to license for James Bond.
No, they don't. Rare lost the rights and stuff like that. So yeah, so they can't do that
They did
anymore.
release it, for the they ever make a new Rare replay, but
Yeah, that would
I
be
think
great if they could do that, but I don't know. But like I remember like that I beat GoldenEye no problem. But I remember like I would play multiplayer a lot and see all the cool weapons that I couldn't see in single player mode because I wasn't far enough. It was nice to like be able to finally get the RCP-90 and the automatic shotgun and the grenade launcher and see them what they look like in the single player mode and stuff. And the guns were my favorite part. And like getting the AR-33 assault rifle and getting the RCP-90 and getting double weapons too, because I remember in like the second bunker level getting the double sound PP7s and I'm showing them off to my dad and brother. I'm thinking, oh cool, look, I got double silent pistols. Even though they're like weak weapons, it's like you didn't expect to. Like you didn't expect to get double those like that, and my brother would never use dual weapons in the game because he said James Bond does not use doubles or dual weapons and stuff. But still, you got dual weapons, you might as well take advantage of it and stuff because who wouldn't use dual
yeah.
weapons in my opinion? Because I'm just one of those guys like using singles who games that they like to use dual weapons like dual Uzis or so like in Time Splitters I always be sure I got dual weapons and stuff because I know it's not realistic and stuff, but still, it wasn't meant to be realistic. It would just be simple, mindless fun. But like, what were some of your favorite memories of GoldenEye? Because I have a lot of favorite memories. What were some of your favorite memories?
It's just I remember like I kind of buy like a used game store. I heard people talk about it. It was interesting to have a FPS James Bond game where you're shooting people playing through the plot of GoldenEye. That was kind of unique.
That's how I first learned about James Bond and stuff like that. Like, I did not know anything about James Bond until I played GoldenEye. 'Cause I got it new at Toys R Us back when Toys R Us was still open and stuff. And like we were playing it on like that screen at like they had at Toys R Us, and that was really cool. And I was like, whoa, this is so cool. And I remember like some of my favorite levels were some of the hardest ones too. Like Severnaya Surface at nighttime where the sky is all blood red, and Statue Park, which is so dark and stuff, but still I like those levels. Like I remember like thinking to myself, I'm at the same place? Because I thought to myself, I'm not. This is the same place because me being 9 years old, I kept thinking, am I at the same place or is this a different place? Because like had the same set, 'cause the satellite dish was there and stuff, but yeah, it was just that and like just I remember like when I got to that area it was a day when my brother was homesick with a fever and I was showing him where I got and then I got to the bunker area and stuff and it took me a while to beat Statue Park because I kept messing up at the end but then we just tried again and stuff. But the thing is that like yeah some fond memories there definitely because GoldenEye was definitely ranked up as one of my top favorite games. And when you got the all weapons cheat, you can get like a regular shotgun, you can get a taser, a gold and silver PP7, and get of course the golden gun stuff and all that stuff. Just man, the memories. Too bad you won't see a first person shooter like that anymore because even GoldenEye Reloaded could not save it, or neither could GoldenEye Rogue Agent be as good and stuff.
Yeah, that game was not very
Yeah, Rogue Agent. Yeah, which one? GoldenEye Reloaded or GoldenEye Rogue Agent?
loaded.
Yeah, it was basically Call of Duty meets GoldenEye and stuff. That's basically what it was. I mean, because like especially because there probably will never be another 007 game because 007 Legends, the last Bond game they ever made, was terrible. I don't know if you ever played it, but I heard it was just really really bad. It was just basically, I feel like they rushed it out to get it out in time for the release of the Bond 50th anniversary Blu-ray collection. Because you noticed they came out around the same time. You noticed that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. But do you got anything else to say about the good days of Rare before we move on to the bad parts, or do you go?
Yeah, another good day, like, back when they actually, made platformers, Banjo Kazooie was like the best, was really it was very amazing, and it's just sad they, Rare doesn't want to listen to the fans and make a Banjo 3 or
They
anything
won't.
like
Banjo
that.
3, Banjo 3, and in fact, I'll tell you something. Banjo Kazooie. I actually had the soundtrack. I don't know if I still have it. I actually had the soundtrack, and I had the beanies, the rare beanies that came with it too, of Banjo Kazooie and Mumbo Jumbo, and Banjo. When I heard about Banjo Tooie, I thought Banjo Tooie was like the name of a different bird and stuff. But it's sad that Banjo's house got destroyed, and he still didn't repair it nuts and bolts. Oh my god, we'll talk about nuts and bolts in the negative parts. And of course, we had Conker's Bad Fur Day, which was Conker Live Reload on the Xbox, which was even more censored than the N64 version. But I never played the N64 version because it was, I don't know, just didn't have it. But I heard if you played the game for a while, the game could get really hot. I don't know if you knew about that, but my cousin had it, and he said that every time he played it and got to play it, his console would feel very hot.
Like there were cartridge in or something.
Memory, all the memory on it would make your console very hot and stuff. That's why. When he first told me it was the bad game, thinking, how's this a bad game? And then I found out why. Conker getting drunk and dropping cuss words and stuff. Yeah, so,
because the reason why they made Conker what it was because people, when they first unveiled it, people thought, oh, that's just another kiddie Rare platformer, and so that's when they went back to the drawing board and made it more of an edgy character.
Yeah, they were supposed to make a game called Conker's Quest, but that was scrapped immediately because
they made like a Conker game on the Game Boy Color, Conker
Pocket Tales, Conker's Pocket Tales, yeah. Conker's Pocket Tales, and he was also in Diddy Kong Racing along with Banjo. So yeah, it's weird that like it would have been cool if they had other characters in Diddy Kong Racing have their own games like Pipsy the Mouse and Bumper and Tip Top and Timber and have their own games too. But at least we got them in Diddy Kong Racing, that's for sure. But do you have anything else to say about the good days of Rare before we talk about Perfect Dark Zero and them and stuff?
Yeah, and plus I didn't really care for the HD remake of that as Live and Reloaded because that game they censored some of that stuff.
They censored it more and stuff, and
which doesn't really make much sense because the game's already bloody as it is. I don't know why I had to censor a couple of swears.
Well,
I don't know.
Censorship probably was getting stricter and stricter each generation and stuff. And like with Perfect Dark Zero, because that was the game, one of the reasons why I wanted to get a 360, because I was really looking forward to Perfect Dark Zero. And I'm looking at it and thinking to myself, what did they do to Joanna? They changed her personality and stuff, and now they sexed her all up and give her orange hair. And her father, Jack Dark, is a dumbass, and she Daniel Carrington is wearing boxers when he talks to her and stuff, and just the characters are just really forgettable, and it feels more like a reboot more than a prequel. I mean, I know it was supposed to be released for the GameCube, but then after Rare decided it got bought up by Microsoft, they did it for the 360. But can you imagine how much better the game would have been if it was on the GameCube? Can you imagine it would have been a lot better? I'm sure if it was on the GameCube.
It would probably be a way better.
Yeah, probably, but the whole thing with the regenerating health and the waypoint thing, there was no way that would have been in the GameCube version, I'm sure, because it wouldn't have held your hand and stuff. And of course, Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, dear Lord,
That game was terrible.
Yeah, Why would they make Banjo-Kazooie mechanics and stuff and make it a racing game? Why not just make Banjo-Kazooie
No,
3?
I wouldn't say it's absolutely terrible. But I like the idea if it was not a Banjo game, if it was like more of a Rare All Stars racing game, where it has like Banjo and a bunch of other rare characters, had this universe where and stuff. But because I like the idea of creating your vehicles and using that to solve these various challenges, but it didn't really need to be a Banjo game.
Yeah, I know. They turned to a Banjo game, just slapped it just to make money. They thought they could do a good job, but it didn't work at all as a thing. I mean, I'm sure if they re-released Conquer, they probably would have censored it even more or made it more bloody. I don't know what they would have done with Conquer. But can you imagine if they made a Donkey Kong game on the Xbox 360? Think about the outcry that would have caused. That would have been major outcry. Don't you agree?
Not happening because Nintendo owns the IP of Donkey Kong.
Rare just published the game, so yeah.
And they just published it, so it would not be on other platforms. But yeah, that would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else to say about Rare Entertainment. Do you want to move on to you ready to move on to the next topic?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the PS5 backwards compatibility. I learned today from one of my subscribers, Devil Luke, we'll call it, his name is. He told me about the backwards compatibility. Will not people. There was a rumor going on where it was going to be able to play PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 games, but unfortunately, that's not the case at all. The PS5 backwards compatibility will only play the top 100 PS4 games, and that's it. Doesn't that remind you of something, Justin?
Yeah.
The 360 backwards compatibility, where you can only play certain games with that, and even then the backwards compatibility.
Yeah, it's only going to be the top 100, and then they'll slowly roll it out over time.
Yeah, but the thing is, it shouldn't be like that. I mean, even though I don't care for backwards compatibility, I play the games on the consoles themselves. Still, it's just annoying because it's like people were getting all hyped up for this and stuff, and that wasn't
the
case at all.
When they have that, well, the Xbox Series X is going to allow all Xbox One titles to be played.
I'm starting to think that Sony is just doesn't care as much as they used to care and stuff. I mean,
they don't care about backward compatibility much, hardly.
Well, I don't even know if they even still care about the console stuff like that, because it seems like they're not pretty much caring to the PS5 at all, and I don't even know if I'm even going to get a PS5. I mean, if I do get a PS5, then it'll be a while, but just that I just don't know what games I'd get for it. Like, if they make another Marvel Spider-Man or another Quantic Dream game or some JRPG and stuff that I like and stuff, like, if they make another Death End Request or so, then I'll be there. But I just got a hunch that this system it's not gonna be, that neither console is gonna be worth getting and stuff like that in the end, because I just feel like that Microsoft and Sony are kind of giving up because of PCs taking over.
Yeah, and they released the specs today for the PlayStation 5, and it looks like the Xbox Series S is going to be a tad bit more powerful.
Who knows and stuff? Who knows? But it's like maybe this time would be a win for Microsoft because that's all I gotta say for that. Do you have anything else to say about this topic before we move on to the next topic? It's not much to say about.
Not for PS5 backroom compatibility, but they'll just probably sell PS2 games again instead of just putting Xbox. Because for the Xbox One, if you have a backward compatible OG Xbox, then you just insert the disc and play it.
Yeah, but that's what it'll probably be. But even if they did make backwards compatible to all the games, it'd probably just be all digital and stuff. And I have a feeling that these next gen consoles are not going to be physical copy games for long. They're going to upgrade to digital only and stuff, and they're going to stop selling games in physical copies games in the stores and stuff. That's what I feel like is going to happen for the next gen consoles. Because we're at the point where technology's getting there, and people don't want to go out don't want to go out and buy games and stuff as a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But now we're going to talk about the next topic here, the launch of the PS4 and the Xbox One. Now I'm bringing this up because I have a feeling that the launch of the PS5 and Xbox, whatever the new Xbox console is going to be called, is probably not going to be as good. But since you're the one who thought of this idea about the Xbox One and PS4 launch, what were you like? You said the Xbox One launch had problems when it first came out because
it wasn't really launch. It was their announcement. Cause a couple months before E3, they kind of hit an idea. The thing was going to have online DRM where you need to be you would have to connect to the internet like once a week or something, once every 24 hours just to play games, and there would be idea of like getting the idea of getting rid of used titles
Mm-hmm.
or something, because they had the idea of you like selling like something, the code or something back to like GameStop or something. It was like a whole convoluted mess. And like when E3 came out, there was that whole Sony made a video saying how used games work on the PlayStation 4. It shows some guy handing the game off to another friend, and that that was like the mic drop moment for Sony there.
Yeah. The thing is that like
Yeah, because like that whole thing shadowed around that, and plus like one of the people at the time from Microsoft said, "Oh, if you want an offline device, just buy an Xbox 360. That's an offline device," and that guy caught a lot of flack, and that's just the whole PR thing behind that whole time was just not very good.
Yeah, I know, because like it boosted the sales for the PS4 and stuff, definitely, because PS4 it was a slow launch for me and stuff, because like there weren't that many games coming out of it, but I almost had thought I was selling my PS4, but like it's just I just kept it, but my dad said, no, you're not selling this thing, you're not selling this thing, you already put the money down and stuff, so no, you're not. But I'm glad I didn't, because the more games end up coming out for it. And now it's a great console. It's just that like when the Xbox One came out, like it was a disaster from what I heard. Like I don't even hear much about the Xbox One anymore. For the most, I don't even hear much about the Xbox One. They don't really have many exclusives that are out either. I mean, like some of the exclusives that they had out, like Sunset Overdrive, and I'm trying to think of some of the launch titles, some of the exclusives that they had are now on the PS4 and stuff like.
That's not it was on the PS4. It's just they're on PC because
Yeah.
Microsoft nowadays, they are getting better, because I like the whole idea of Xbox Game Pass, the Game Pass, like where you like it. They have like the Netflix of games or something. Like they have add games that are listed all the time. You pay like $15 or something, and
Oh yeah, I figured about that. Yeah, cause the thing is that like just I didn't know anything. Cause I kind of like ever since our 360 Red Ring, instead of our third 360 Red Ring, I kind of gave up on the Red Ring, on like buying Microsoft console and stuff, because I'm like I only time I ever play an Xbox One is when I go over to my buddy's house where he has certain games there that we play, and I just really like, yeah, it was a very, very bad start for Xbox One and stuff, but because like I know when the PS4 came out, I did not have any problem. The only consoles that had problems were the ones that pretty much were like the ones you won pre-order, like won in a Taco Bell contest and stuff like that. Like it was one of those, but I'm not dumb enough to think you're gonna win a great working console at Taco Bell or something, and. I don't know. I mean, like it was. I mean, like the launch was a little better and stuff, but like it's just, I just feel like more could have been done with the Xbox One at launch and stuff, because like I don't know. I mean, what do you got anything else to say about this topic?
and not much. Is just hopefully this time both companies don't shit the bed when in terms of revealing the price or something, or someone could just. You can say, oh, they could, as long as they don't make the PlayStation 5 $599 US. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, because like we're not gonna know what's gonna happen with either, because E3 is canceled this year because of the coronavirus. So we're not.
Yeah, so both of these companies are gonna have their own little online thing, or I don't know how.
Which would probably
Other online. Yeah.
which would probably work out better. So because I don't know if you and I will make E3 videos this year. Okay? We didn't make any last year because Sony was not there, and I just pretty much skipped out on watching
Yeah.
it. So
E3 is kind of dying anyway, so this coronavirus is just accelerating its death. Because, Nintendo's always does every couple months has its own, little online event thing, and they talk to people about upcoming things. So this is what Microsoft and Sony are probably just going to do, where they just have every couple months to just show, hey, here's what's coming up for this quarter. And
yeah, definitely. But like, it's just the thing is that you don't even need E3 anymore. You can keep up to date with stuff on it. You got YouTube, you got the internet and stuff, so you don't really need E3 anymore. I mean, back then it was a big thing because like we didn't have YouTube or the internet or anything that to look at the stuff, to look up the stuff. So you had to watch. So that's why the only way to see the stuff you had to watch and stuff. That's what got me, especially when I saw it at G4 and stuff and such too, because like. That was pretty. That's how I first learned about the GameCube watching E3s. I don't remember which channel I watched them. I was watching the E3 and I learned about the GameCube and stuff. It just surprised me. But we probably won't make any E3 videos this year again because just E3 is just not what it used to be. It doesn't have the charm because if you notice every year when they had E3, it's just game trailers and stuff. It's just a bunch of trailers of games and stuff, and that's basically it. So you remember what happened at Sony at the last Sony conference we watched, didn't you? You remember what happened there?
Yeah.
It was basically just trailers of games, and that was basically it. And we had to wait because they were in a tent and stuff for the
yeah, because they were playing music for I think some game.
Last of Us. It was
the Last of Us. They were playing whole band or something. Then after they got done with that, they shuffled the crowd off to another place, and you could tell they didn't. Sony had nothing to talk
new
about.
They had nothing to offer because of that, because of what was going on, and
they announced all the games that are coming soon from last year, so they had nothing to talk about. So they just tried to.
I think, but it is that Sony and Microsoft just don't care about E3 anymore. They probably don't even want to be there, and so they just gave it up and stuff. I mean, they'll probably have something in June or July, stream E3 and stuff, but they'll stream their own conference or so and do that. That is if the coronavirus will they'll be able to go on to that because it's just we have to stay in to start that because of this whole thing to prevent anything happening. So chances of that happening are very slim. That is because we'll have to see what happens in June or July. But I know this is a topic we're going to talk about, but it just came up in my head. I wanted to bring it up because no E3 and stuff, but that's okay because I think you and I quit caring about E3 since last year.
I stopped caring because it's just I'd rather because it's dying anyway. We might as well just have all these companies have their own special event during that time and stream it to the people instead of just wasting everyone's time going there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if you were able to actually go there. I don't even know if it's even worth even going there to see in person and stuff. I don't even know if that's even worth it anymore because I heard you have to wait a long time for lines and for the games.
Lines go to these demos and stuff. It'd be easier if they just release these demos online during a period of time and people to play them and.
Yeah, but that probably won't happen. That's not going to happen this year, of course, because of the coronavirus. So that's not going to happen. But I think it's for the best that doesn't happen because I don't think people need to waste their money on that and stuff. It's like going to a concert and realizing the band is not as good as you thought it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well.
But I think we talked about this enough. Now, this next topic here, I'm going to have Dr. Morbis do most of the talking because I didn't really care much about this series. We're going to talk about Phantasy Star Online 2 and stuff. That's a Phantasy Star. So you take it away because you have a lot to say about this.
Alright, so finally yesterday, Phantasy Star Online 2 open beta was released. This marks that finally, after 7-8 years, that Phantasy Star Online 2 has finally reached its way over to the West. Because this game originally came out in Japan in 2012, and it just took this long for someone at Microsoft to throw money at Sega for them to release it over here. Because back, I think it was 2013 at PAX or something. Sega said, originally said this was going to come to the West audiences in North America, but then it just, I don't know, they just stopped talking about it. And people just said Sega just doesn't really care about Western audiences. So only way people could play PSO2 it was to download the Japanese client and install an English patch. So now with the release of in North America, you don't have to do that anymore. So the game came out yesterday. It was pretty, it's pretty fun and pretty great, for if you're a fan of the Phantasy Star Online or PSU. So the fact that it's finally over to the North American audiences hopefully shows that Sega, so if they make a PSO3 or something, that they might, release it here faster than instead of just waiting 8 years for Microsoft to throw money at them.
Yeah, I like that.
Did you ever play PS Phantasy Star Universe or?
Well, which one was the one on the 360? Which one was the one on the
Phantasy
360?
Star Universe.
I played that for both 360 and the PS2, and I didn't really like it that much. I mean, I didn't like the main protagonist at all. He was very whiny, and I just couldn't get into the game. I mean, like I thought it was gonna be a lot cooler because I remember like when I got it at GameStop, I thought it was that they were saying that it was epic and awesome, and it ended up not being epic and awesome at
It's
all.
like a game like that is mainly the single player. The Phantasy Star Universe is mainly more built as for the play online.
Yeah.
You would create your own character, and like the fee was like $10 a month, which is like cheaper compared to other MMOs at the time. I
Oh.
just mainly played online because that's one of there was a stretch where PSG was one of the few games I played because I was addicted to that
Yeah. Well, I
because there
was.
was kind of like a
Go ahead.
like the story mode. You can't really get the whole representation of Phantasy Star Universe if you just play like the single player mode. You would have to to get the full experience. You had to play online with other people.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, I wasn't big into online stuff. That's the thing. Like, I know, like, my brother was more into the big online, and even he was upset. That I didn't like that how we had to pay $10 for it and stuff. Which I will admit, I didn't like that either because shouldn't online pay be going online be free? Because it's not. I can understand if it was a PC game, I can understand it, but it was a console game. It's the first time I've ever heard of a console game paying you money to like be able to where you have to pay money to like
Yeah,
play
there was
online.
like that and like Final Fantasy 11. Like yeah, that was a few.
Oh yeah, I
I
never.
think one of the only two titles where you had to pay a monthly fee, kind of like World of Warcraft or something,
Oh yeah, World of
but
Warcraft.
on
Yeah,
a console.
that was definitely paying. We had to pay it where you had to play World of Warcraft, and that was definitely a paying thing because like it was just so popular and stuff because they were gonna have to charge for that definitely. But yeah, like I don't even remember much about Phantasy Star Universe. I mean, that's the only Phantasy Star game I ever played. I just don't. I don't have much to say about Phantasy Star because, like I said, I didn't play it, but just that I decided to have Dr. Morbis put a topic in there because he likes it and stuff. So that's why we talked about it and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, like I mean, how many Phantasy Star games are out there like in the
Well,
West?
well, there's two different. There's the online stuff for the multiplayer, and then there's original on the Sega Genesis, which is your more typical
Oh, okay.
turn-based RPG.
Oh, okay. Because like it's just I
Because
didn't.
they haven't had like a traditional Fantasy Star game like ever since the Sega Genesis. They more doing this more action RPG stuff like dungeon crawler, kind of like Diablo, but more of a sci-fi third-person
Oh,
looting stuff.
yeah.
That's what drew me into Fantasy Star Universe, was kind of like Diablo, but more sci-fi stuff.
Does each game have a different
Yeah.
Does each game have a different protagonist?
For online, the story isn't just is there, but it's more of the Fantasy Star Online universe. Like it's just you just create your own character, and
Well, I mean, for the story of each game, like for the story for each game, have a different protagonist, or is it the same protagonist in each game?
it's kind of like Final Fantasy in a way.
Oh, okay.
Where there's a common themes between all the games. It's just more set in a different continuity.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Phantasy Star Online 2 doesn't really have a single player because it's more of the free-to-play online game. There is a story. There is a main story quest you go through, but it's just you play that. You can do that with other people, and
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now that makes sense there. Yeah. Now that makes sense there. I just didn't.
yeah, it's kind of like Final Fantasy. There's common items and enemies and stuff throughout the games, but like it's all different characters and different art styles.
It also kind of reminds you of Silent Hill, how there's a different protagonist in each Silent Hill game too. It also kind of reminds you of that character story, with the story wise, how you have different character in each main character in each story. So that's how it's a similar learned stuff.
And there is like an anime of Phantasy Star Online 2 out there.
Oh, really?
I think yeah, they have like I think a dubbed. I think it's dubbed or something. I don't know, but I know I've seen clips on it. Like there's like a full on like anime on it.
Hmm. I yeah,
So
I know they made an anime on Xenosaga and stuff, but I don't know. But I didn't know that they made one on Fantasy Star. I know there's some Final Fantasy animes, and of course you got Final Fantasy 7 Advent Children as well. So I know they had some quite a few animes on that.
yeah,
Yeah, but next topic.
yeah. Let's go on to the next topic.
It's our final topic here. We're gonna talk about the Myst series here. 'Cause I recently started playing the Myst games again here, and Like I don't know if Dr. Morbis here has ever played a Myst game. You ever played a Myst game before?
And I've seen people a little bit play on like YouTube, but not.
Well, Myst holds a place in my heart because
Uh,
it was the very first CD-ROM game I ever played and stuff. It was the first CD-ROM game I ever played because I remember like when we got a new computer, it was like it was the first game where you could play where you could put CDs in it and stuff. And my dad showed us Myst and stuff like that. And when I looked at the back of the box and saw how realistic everything looked, I thought it was gonna be like it was gonna be like something where you see a lot of people and stuff like that. But it turned out to be totally different. Where like you're pointing and clicking like you're walking somewhere and you gotta and you're pretty much dropped in there with no explanation whatsoever. You gotta like solve it. It's a mystery and stuff like that. That's why it's called Myst. Myst Down is a mystery, and you just trying to figure out what's going on. And like when we beat it, my dad said they were coming out with Myst 2, which was Riven the sequel to Myst, and we had it on the PC and the PlayStation, but like along with Myst and stuff on the PlayStation, PC and PlayStation, but we took it off because the computer was like having some problems and stuff because lack of space and memory and such was like causing the games not to work and stuff because because we had to take that computer in because it was acting up on us. And it turns out we had too much stuff on it, so we had to like so we had to like either like all our stuff was erased like that. But we got Riven for PlayStation for my dad's birthday, and it took him about a year to beat Riven, and he actually recorded the ending part and stuff to show us what it was because we were in bed and because we were in bed and he wanted to show us what happened. So he recorded himself playing on a VHS tape, and he recorded it and like we saw it happen, and it was really really cool. And like it was just like as you get older and you play the game, I thought the game was really hard when I first played it, but then as I got older, I realized that the game was easier than I thought. It's just that like all the discs you had made it seem like it was longer and harder and stuff because it runs on 5 discs. You had to swap the disc each time you go to a different part of the island and stuff. So that's why I like it. Like you thought it was a long game, but it wasn't and stuff, and like because I usually we threw out all our game guides except for the Myst ones because we kept those because for Myst you need the guidebook because for those I need a guidebook especially with pictures in it and stuff and we weren't gonna sell those to the to Second and Charles, the local disc store and stuff. We were going to keep them, and I'm glad we did because except for Uru, we didn't like Uru that much, so I sold the game guide to that one because Uru sucked. But yeah, like so you said you'd never played a Myst game before. You said you've just seen footage of it and stuff.
yeah, I've seen like a couple of Myst games, like people on YouTube and like and stuff.
Would you ever play a Myst game though? Ever? Would you ever play?
Probably.
Yeah, well, like you can get on the PlayStation and stuff like that, and of course like those are
I think there's like a version on it on the Sega Saturn. I think
there was a version on the Sega Saturn, and I'm right now compared to the PS1 and Sega Saturn version is better. For like, because like the PS1 version has missing sounds and replaced sounds, and the fact that the screen is shrunk down it shrunk down more than it is in the other versions to get running well and stuff and such, and which just doesn't make any sense. You're just looking at slideshow images and stuff, and like they also had versions of it on the Nintendo DS and the 3DS, which were awful. I heard but there was a PSP port released in I think Europe and Japan, but I wouldn't know because we never got to play. But if it were to be released, it'd be a great way to play it on the PSP for the go. And they also had Real Myst, which was like a full 3D version, which was not made by Rand Miller and Robin Miller, the two brothers who created it, who actually play as the characters in the first Myst game and stuff, which was pretty cool. That the only people who were acting were two people. And so they weren't a big fan of acting. Well, Rand Miller was not a big fan of acting. It's still like he still added charm to it and stuff, definitely. But like when you saw Myst for the first time on YouTube, like what was your reaction?
it looked like an interesting kind of adventure, little puzzle solver game thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what it was like for me too. Like for me, it was like oh, this is something new because this was the game that introduced me to shipwreck levels. Maybe we can't come up with shipwreck levels because there is a level in the game called Stone. Because there's an age code called Stone Ship Age. It's a ship that broke in half when it got embedded in the rock and stuff, and it broke in half because like you'll find out why if you play the game. But like that's what got me. That's what got me into like in shipwreck levels and stuff. That's the thing, and I gotta thank Mist for that and such. It's yeah, because I did not know it was called Stone Chip Age until I got older and found the guidebook and read it and stuff. Because one thing I do like about the guidebook is that it's actually told in a first person perspective. So not only do you have to not only are you reading the guidebook, you're reading a story and stuff. And sometimes when my folks and I would go out to dinner, I'd bring the book with me in the car to read and stuff while we were on the way because I like it when they have first person perspectives like that and stuff. It's really cool. Yeah, definitely. You got anything else to say before we wrap this up?
Not much time for a miss, no.
Well, do you got anything to say about anything in general?
Yeah, for everyone listening, please wash your damn hands.
Use your hand sanitizer and just be safe and just stay indoors. Don't go out anywhere unless you heard it's safe because we already had some fatalities here in the United States and let alone and had a lot of fatalities in the whole world. We don't need any more. Like we got just hang in there and be safe because it's all you can do. When people tell you don't go out, you stay at home and just watch a movie, just relax and stuff like that. I mean, that's what I'm pretty much gonna do, cause like my friends and I can't do anything. We're stuck in the house. We're just gonna just talk on Facebook and just relax and stuff. It's basically all we can do. Just wash your hands. I've been washing them multiple times a day. Hell, like yesterday when I went to go get gas and went to the gym before they announced the closing, I pretty much hand sanitizer like five times in 1 hour and stuff like that to be sure I didn't get any germs or anything like that. But just wash your hands, people, because we don't want any more people dying, especially elders, especially people who are like in their 60s and up, who are easily exposed to the virus. And you got anything else to say?
No, not much.
Not much either. I'd like to thank Dr. Morbis here for being a co-host here on Burgers and Fries Game Talk. He did a great job here, and I'll definitely have you on again in the future and stuff. So be on the lookout for that. And of course,